Radio Free Nashville 107.1 on your FM dial and at, of course, www.radiofreenashville.org. Welcome to the Haggard and Haggard Radio Hour on this Tuesday afternoon. Sometimes I say Thursday, but it's always Tuesday afternoon here. And if you're hearing this on Saturday morning, I'm still going to be saying it's Tuesday afternoon. So the repeat show is on Tuesday morning. So welcome to the show. Hope you're having a good week. It's very nice weather out. So you know it's really Tuesday afternoon because you can go look out the window and check the weather. It's not no rain, no thunderstorms. Anyway, as always, I hope you will enjoy the show and thank you for tuning in. Today we have a couple of guests here in the studio, and I do have guests from time to time. This is going to be a little different because, first of all, I have never had a guest from Sardinia before, and I don't think we've ever. Oh, we have had one. We have had one guitar instrumental live in the studio. So but we're going to have a couple of songs of that today, which is going to be real good. So let me introduce my guest. He lives in Nashville now, but is originally from Sardinia, island in the Mediterranean, part of Italy, although he's not that happy about that. So Marco Pinna, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Let's have a little more volume for you. I want to make sure your volume is good. Say hello again.
Hello.
All right. And we also have, who's going to be playing guitar with him, a guy who I assume is not from Sardinia, named Kyle Nightingale. So say hello for us there, Kyle.
Hello, good to be here.
All right, excellent. So they're going to be playing from Sardinia, is going to play in a minute. But first, let me just ask old Marco here, tell us a little bit about how you got into music, what kind of music it was, all that boring stuff which people like to know and I like to know. So go right ahead.
Yes, it's a strange history because I was 10 years old, just 10 years old, and we went back from the beach, and my father turned on the television. Yeah?
And what happened next?
What happened? Oh, a blast!
You can probably guess.
The Beatles television.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I was shocked. Yeah. I never heard something like that before.
Right.
Yeah. I was so impressed. And then I thought, okay, now I know what I'm going to do in my life.
Very good.
Musician.
Was your father happy with that? Or?
Totally unhappy.
Unhappy, yes. Funny, I thought he might have been. And then, so you went on and you got into playing, and you've played really all kinds of different music, right, over the years, different styles?
Yes, different styles. Yeah.
Like,
I was always searching for.
Right. And you played all over Europe and lived in different places in Europe?
Yes, there's different places in Europe. But, I was never satisfied, because I was playing electric guitar before.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I also listened to a lot of Spanish radio stations, and a lot of flamenco music. Even I am not a flamenco player.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I was influenced.
Well, you can certainly hear that in your playing now because we're going to hear you playing acoustic. And let's try that out. Let's see if we can make some semblance of a good mix out of that. Let's have you move back just a little bit and have Kyle move over there if you can, and try not to hit each other with your guitars. And I'm going to try to engineer this so it makes some sense whatsoever. And we shall see. So I'm going to have Marco Pinna, my guest here, and Kyle Nightingale on second guitar. So, and you're playing a song, I believe, called La Salsera.
La
right?
Salsera.
La
Yes.
Salsera. So, play for me. right, that was Marco Pinna and Kyle Nightingale playing a song called La Salsera, live here at Radio Free Nashville on the Haggard and Haggard Radio Hour. In a minute, I'm going to have Marco tell a joke in Sardinian, but so let's see if we can get your microphone set back up. In the meantime, let me say you are, of course, listening to the Haggard and Haggard Radio Hour, and we're on every Tuesday afternoon from 4 to 5 Central Time. The show is repeated every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. So Saturday morning, stay up late, wake up early, or just don't go to sleep at all, and you'll be up for the show. And you can also, if you'd like to contact me, which I always like to hear from people, and welcome your emails, comments, questions, requests, etc., etc. Keep the complaints to a minimum. You know, life is difficult enough without people writing in to complain, but luckily people very rarely do. And you can write to hhradio@yahoo.com. That is hhradio@yahoo.com. And as I was saying, if you were just tuned in and were hearing that great guitar playing, my guest Marco Pinna is from Sardinia, which is an Italian island in the Mediterranean. And in fact, you were just in Italy a few days ago, right?
Oh, yes. I'm still under the effect of jet lag.
Yes, he's jet lagged.
I'm pretty sleepy.
But you're playing well, so
Oh, yes. Yeah.
it's not affecting your playing. So that's all we care about, really. Yeah. So when Marco came in, I told him that just because, I like to do strange things, of course, I've never had anybody from Sardinia on the show, and certainly I've never had anybody tell a joke in Sardinian on the show. And I asked Marco, because I thought Sardinian was probably like an Italian dialect, but he said it's actually its own language and not a dialect, correct?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's a language.
All right. So now, I know you weren't really prepared for this, but there's probably nobody who understands Sardinian listening in, unless you've told people in Sardinia that you're on, in which case maybe they are. But let's hear a joke in Sardinian.
Ok, un saluto a tutti os amigos dessa Sardegna. Adesso ho a joke for kids. Custo e sobrocco. Custo da molto. Custo da bruschiao. Custo si dava pau. A subiti che rededo non di danti la sau.
All right. He's laughing, so it must be good.
It must have been good.
Personally, I don't understand Sardinian, but
My son Tommy drives crazy when he was a kid.
He liked it?
Oh, like
All
a
right.
lot.
Well, if you want to write in to hhradio@yahoo.com, I might be able to get you a printed out version of the joke so you can tell it at parties and stuff. You'll be the hit of any party telling that joke in Sardinian. Well, thank you, Marco. All right.
You're welcome.
And let's see. Do we want to talk to you? Kyle, let's talk to you, and let's see if that microphone is acting correctly.
Yeah. Check.
You're doing good. Okay.
Doing
Why don't you tell me how you happen to meet up with Marco?
Well, I met Marco through a percussionist we've been playing with, and
Who is that?
Lee Hines is his name, and he's a great guy. And I've known Marco now for I guess 3 or 4 months, I guess, and man, I knew he was a great player the moment I heard his stuff, but I didn't realize he would be such a great guy, and we've become really close. And he has a beautiful Filipino wife named Inday, and she's very, very nice and an incredible cook. So,
see, he's supposed to say that on the air so he can score points.
Right. I lead into it.
That's right. And you sound really, really good together. I mean, you sound like you've been playing together for more than a couple of months. So that's a good sign. That's always a good sign. So Marco Pinna and Kyle Nightingale, we're going to be hearing something else from them in just a bit. Now, I think I have to do, in keeping with the international theme that seems to be pervasive today here on the Haggard and Haggard Radio Hour, I'll do a little plug for one of the other shows on the station, and it happens to be Hugues' show that Transglobal Airwaves, which is on every Thursday morning from 10 a.m. to noon. It's 2 hours, and Hugues, who's French, actually, does a show where he plays music from all over the world. I mean, all over the world. I play some foreign stuff, but he plays them from just about every continent and really kind of cool stuff. In fact, this little note says, host Hugues takes you from the steppes of Tuva to the beaches of Brazil, from Zululand to Central Europe, India, or the Pacific Ocean. It's music on a planetary scale. As I said, it is on 10 a.m. to noon on Thursday mornings, and it repeats every Sunday morning at 4 a.m., even earlier than mine. But expand your musical horizons on Transglobal Airwaves, of course, on Radio Free Nashville. And as I do every week, I will tell you, if you're not on the website already, go up to www.radiofreenashville.org. If you are on the website, look around. You can find all the programming and scheduling. You can also find out how great and important the station is and how you should basically give us money. That's just, I could go into a more flowery way of saying it. But yeah, it's public radio. We're supported by all that stuff. And old number one, we're going to be getting out of here in a minute, but first we're going to get out with a bunch of great guitar playing from my guest Marco Pinna and second guitarist Kyle Nightingale. You can find out more about Marco at marcopinna.net. That's MarcoPinna, all one word, marcopinna.net. And he's got an EP out called Live at Lakewood Studios. And I know the first song was from that. I'm not sure if this one's going to be, but we'll see in a moment. So if I don't get to talk more, first of all, well, you won't miss me, but you've been listening to the Haggard and Haggard Radio Hour. So let's let her rip over there, Marco and Kyle.